ISD. No Robert's here. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Robert Stinson with Humble ISD. Heath Rushing, Humble ISD. Kim Brode of the U.S. Representative Ted Poe's office. You didn't say it. There you go. Casey Christman, Texas State Representative Dan Huberty's office. Did Casey make it? All right. Allie Smart, I know Allie's here. Houston City Council member Dave Martin. Thanks for standing, Allie. All right. We also are always fortunate to have our sponsors, and today is no exception to that. We're very honored to have as our presenting sponsor the Community Resource Credit Union, and David Frazier, President and CEO, is going to come have a few remarks for us today. David?
Thank you. It really is an honor to be here today. The first thing I'd like to do is to introduce a couple of the staff that is here with me. To my right, we've got Ronnie Anderson in our commercial lending, Macy Schubert in our business development, and Yvonne Silva also in business development. And then to my left, Monica Zubia, who is our branch manager at our newest location at 6903 Atascocita Drive. Now, you may wonder why we chose the Atascocita Lake Houston area for our 5th branch. And the answer was really easy when we looked at it. We looked at the community and the demographics involved, and they just really lined up with what a credit union entails. The partnership between the community is something that we truly value, as it represents in our name. And so, looking throughout all of the areas within Houston, the surrounding areas, we chose Atascocita. We know that it has a vibrant community, a vibrant business and work ethic, and we felt it was a great place for us to be. So a lot of times when I come and I talk to people about a credit union, I have to explain what a credit union is, and I can do that in a very simple analogy, and I promise I'll keep this very brief because I want to make sure that we get this done before the tryptophan of the turkey starts to kick in. But the analogy is this, and cooperatives come back to the days of farming, and in the old days, farmers would band together and share equipment, livestock, whatever the case may be. So Farmer Jones may have a plow, Farmer Smith may have a mule, and they share with each other. Same thing with credit unions. We have some of our members that have excess funds to invest and deposit. We've got other members that need those funds through loans. It's that cooperative spirit that brings us together. We've been in the Baytown area since 1935 and expanded throughout. Today we have over $320 million in assets and 33,000 members, and we're very excited to be part of the Atascocita Lake Houston community, and we look forward to working with you and partnering with you. Thank you.
All right, we get to recognize a few other individuals, so if you'll please stand if you're a part of the Chamber's Board of Directors. Distinguished investors, please stand. And any ambassadors in the audience today? Where's our ambassador? There we go. We do have some new members to introduce, and I have my privilege to introduce Connie Chandler, who's our Ambassador Incoming Chair.
We are very happy to introduce our members today with us. First, we have the HG Humble Treatment Center.
Bring the mic in.
BHG Humble Treatment Center. The next one is Celestial Displays. And Ted Mandel.
All right, as I said earlier, you're not going to have to listen to me through some of this. this. So we are very honored today to have a guest MC for today's luncheon. It really needs no introduction. A famed actor and comedian, he is an Academy Award, Emmy Award, Golden Globe, Actors Guild, and Grammy Award winner. Without further delay, may I introduce to you Robin Williams.
Thank you in the house, yes. Oh, Lex Houston. Yes. Everyone's there looking happy and fancy. Very nice. Take a look at the crowd. How we doing out here? I love you, sir. You're looking nice. It's like a crystal ball. I'm looking into your future and I see Rogaine. Okay. Very sexy head, though, sir. Thank you very much, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm Robin. Show some love. Come on. Oh, yes. You owe me a favor, I'm like, I wrote a check, I'm here, all right? Good to be here, baby. Have some fun out here. Welcome to Kingwood, the livable forest. Timber! Boom! That's okay. Now, before we start, I gotta tell you a quick joke. My pastor told me a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was a great joke. It kind of goes like this. A man was talking to God the other day, which is fairly impressive, because not many people get to do that these days. And the man said, "Oh, my Lord, I have so many burning questions for you." And God said, "Well, of course, my son." So the man said, "God, in the essence of time, how much is a second to you?" And God said, "A second? Well, a second is 1,000,000 years. 1,000,000 years." So the man said, "God, in the essence of money, how much is a penny to you?" And God said, "A penny? Well, a penny is $1,000,000. The man said, "Imagine that, $1,000,000. So he said, "Well, God, I'd like to ask you a favor. Can you loan me a penny?" And God said, "Sure, just a second." As if always, no prayer ever goes unanswered. Sometimes the answer is no. You have to do that on your own. Right on. It's a good thing. Well, sorry I'm running a little bit late, so I got lost on the Beltway. You wouldn't think an endless loop would be that difficult to navigate. I got on, I couldn't get off. They're charging me a quarter more now. I don't see any more lanes, just more traffic. You know, what's up with that? It's like McDonald's store. We're going to charge you $1 more for the Big Mac, but you only get half a sandwich. Thank you. I tell you, I'm living on the gas prices. They're out of control, aren't they, sir? The gas prices? I filled up my tank yesterday and my car doubled in value. That's not even right. Come on. Whew, sorry, a little warm, a little hot up here. That makes sense, all right. You can always tell you're in Kingwood in November because your car engine overheats and you haven't even started your motor. Come on, man! We might have got some water out here, but we're still in a drought. I tell you, it's so dry out there, I saw 3 trees fighting over a dog. It was a chihuahua. Oh, come on! Well, sorry, I'm panting up here. I'm a little out of shape. I'm not like you, stud man. I'm out of shape. I should be like my grandmother, actually. My grandmother turned 60 years old. She started walking 5 miles a day. Now she's 97 years old. I don't know where the heck she is. We thought about putting out an Amber Alert, but she only responds to Irene in bingo! Bingo! Oh, speaking of bingo, I'd like to introduce you to a dear friend of mine, Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, hello, dear. It's so nice to be here. Oh, thank you, dearest. I know I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. I'm on such a tight budget. Believe me, if you are what you eat, then I'm fast, cheap, and easy. Oh, well, let's get to the show, girls. First of all, it's true. Most women would rather have beauty over brains, because the average man can see better than he can think. Oh, but it's just different here. For instance, women remember everything, but not so with men, no. That's why there's instant replay in sports. Because once the play is done, they've already forgotten what's happened, the poor dears. Well, that's why men are always asking the age-old question. Was it good for you? Because they honestly don't remember. Was it nice? Did you like it? Oh, thank you, Mr. D here. Oh, I remember I was running late. I just got back from 1 hour photo. I read it Good Morning Vietnam and bought some Peter Pan to celebrate being awarded Man of the Year. It's no big deal. I just considered it Goodwill Hunting and a quick Patch Adams to help solve the insomnia crisis. Sure, I could have rented an RV, went on a national tour on What Dreams May Come, went on some kind of wild Jumanji adventure, but that wouldn't have amounted to jack. Nothing but blubber. So I decided to be a bicentennial man and Popeye up to the plate locally. And I'll never regret being the Fisher King for people who can't sleep. And the water coating the garp, all I have to say is, I'm a survivor. Yep, no one's ever going to give me the hook or keep me locked in the birdcage to sleep with this. Oh, like Pat Adams would say, hey, knock, knock, who's there? Your femur bone. I need to borrow some money, I'm broke. Okay. I'm telling you, your entire medical establishment. I'm treating the patient, not the disease. Remember that. How about this one? A little flashback to Good Morning Vietnam. Remember that one? Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not a test, this is rock and roll. Time to rock it from the Delta down to the DMZ. We have a traffic report on the Ho Chi Minh Trail. How's it going out there? Well, Adrian, it's not going good. There's a water buffalo jackknife down there. It's not a pretty picture. There's horns everywhere. They're going to drop a little napalm and add some barbecue, you know what I mean? It could be that way, it could be oh no, it's the Wicked Witch of the West. It's Hanoi Hannah. I'll get you my GI. You Ho Chi Minh Trail. What's that, Ho Chi Minh? Sounds like something out of the Wizard of Oz. Ho Chi Minh. It possibly could be. That's all right, though. Take a look at the crowd. How we doing out here? Very nice, very nice. I like you, man. You're very nice. You look very nice over here. Oh, I think you're the kind of girl I take home to mom if I can trust Dad. It's kind of like that. What's your name, by the way? What's your name? Angela. Nice to meet you, Angela. Whoa. Wait, actually, I used to date an Angela. I did. She looked anything like you. No, she was the complete opposite. I called her my melancholy baby. Yeah, she was the shape of a melon and the face of a collie. Okay. So right before the break, they called me the bulldog from Marlon Brando. We're going to give you an offer you can't refuse. A retainer. Hey, check it out. Here's my impression of Robert De Niro and the crab. Just get them to say nothing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have the water. Oh, yes. And of course, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's my distinct pleasure to be here. Of course, at the incredible Lake Houston Chamber of Commerce Third Tuesday Luncheon. Yes, you people like to eat. One thing to be more exciting than Third Tuesday Luncheon is watching the Chamber President, Charlie Drumgoole, cheer on Johnny Football and the Aggies. Isn't it right there? It's Johnny this, Johnny that, Drumgoole schooling over Johnny. We know you're an Aggie fan. Yes, it's a good thing, sir. I love the Aggies. Doing great. But in fact, Charlie's a great Aggie fan, but not a very good cook. I understood that just last week, Charlie cooked the chicken for a day and a half. He did. Because in the recipe it said cook 1/2 hour to the pound, and old Charlie weighs about 180. Here come Aggie. Okay. Couple of speakers today. Won't be one long-winded though. Like Robert Sitton. Where's Robert Sitton over here? He likes to talk. That's right. You get Robert on stage, he ain't sitting, he's talking. Yeah. Having an argument. Robert's like trying to read a paper in high wind. The pages just keep turning. Get back, Robert! Come to me! Not that Robert doesn't want to hear what you have to say. No, he wants to hear exactly what you have to say. As long as you agree with him. Isn't that right? I do it. But it's not like Charlie, though, Mr. Drumgoole. No. Mr. Drumgoole has always believed in law and order. So long as he can lay down the law and give the orders. Ain't that right? Yes, sir. Give me that. I'll move it along. Yes, sir, be okay. He's like, you better report here, boy. I'm trying, sir. We're trying. Oh, yes, indeed. Well, check it out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to introduce our first speaker, a very important individual, David Gornett. Now, let me tell you something about David Gornett. David Gornett joined Parkway Association as the Assistant Executive Director in 1991 and was promoted to Executive Director in March 2001. Now, prior to joining the association, David spent 18 years at the Houston-based consulting firm of Turner, Tully, and Brady. Now ACOM, I believe is what it's called, where he was principal and project director for transportation planning. Right on? Now, it was there that he performed some of the original alignment studies for the Grand Parkway in the early 1980s. How about that? Yeah. In addition to the Grand Parkway experiment, he also participated in the planning and environmental studies for I-69, the Hardy Toll Road, the Sam Houston Tollway, and the West Park Tollway. He's a self-starter. David's actually at the what is this here only? The on-road task force, I believe it's the, what is it called, sir? The HGAC task force. That was the one, my man. By helping identifying strategies to help reduce air pollution in the metro area. Yes. And several transportation-related experiences or advisory committees for projects throughout the Houston region. This goes on, don't it? That's right. He currently lectures, though, in transportation engineering at Rice University. Right on. Evidence BS, MS degrees in civil engineering. Is a registered professional engineer in Texas and, of course, other states. Right on. And it's been practicing in Houston since 1981. Woo! Now, him and his wife, Carrie, have been in Sugar Land since 1991, where they've raised their 2 children, and of course have been active participants in many community, athletic, educational, and faith-based organizations. Right on, so there it is. It is now my distinct pleasure to welcome and bring up to the stage our keynote speaker, everybody, Mr. David Garnett. Give it up, Mr. Garnett! Yeah.
I get to follow that. I'm sorry. Well, first we gotta make sure that my little thingy here is gonna be working, so I can advance the slides over here. Unfortunately, I can't walk around like Robin can. He can walk around and say all kinds of good things, so I'm gonna have to try to stand over here and see the slides as best I can and get you all the information. I also need to do this more quickly, probably, than usual, because you want to get everybody's got to get back to their work, so I'll just get straight to business. The Grand Parkway. Anybody here ever driven on the pieces of the Grand Parkway that are already built? You know, I live in Sugar Land, so it's easy for me. It's right by my house, and I can run up and down the Grand Parkway from Sugar Land to Katy all the time. I don't get out on the piece in Baytown too often. Originally, it was envisioned by the city of Houston in the early 1960s, added to the plan in 68, about the time they were thinking about building Kingwood out here. The Grand Parkway Association was created in 1984 as a state transportation corporation. We were the first one created. Up until a couple years ago, we were the only one left out of about 25 of them. They've since created a couple new ones in other parts of the state. And we were there to help do the planning, environmental studies, and the work between local property owners, cities, counties, and the state to facilitate the partnership to advance the project. Today, the Grand Parkway goes all the way around. It's being planned all the way around the metropolitan area. It's about 185 miles in length. It's divided into segments as the circle goes around the metropolitan area, and you have where we start in Galveston County at 146 near San Leon, go over to I-45 in Lake City, on down to 288 southwest of Alvin. That would be segment A, B, and we go on around to segment C. Segment D is the Sugar Land to Katy piece that's already open. Segment E from I-10 to 290 is under construction, and still on F1, F2, G ends at 59 up here. If y'all been up there, Community Drive, that's what's under construction up there on segment G. And then we'll go on around the metropolitan area. A lot of you can't see this map up here very well. However, you see that the old route that the city had is the black line. Our new line is those colored ones that go around there, particularly on the west and the north side. We're still following fairly close to what the city had planned back in the 1960s, in large part because when they drew that line on the map, they started protecting this corridor, and as development was occurring, lands were set aside so that the highway could ultimately go through there. What we have today, I mentioned already, segment D in the Sugar Land to Katy area. It's been open since 1994. It started out in 95. It opened in 94. Here's a photo from 95. It largely ran across the prairies. By 2011, you've got a lot of development that's gone on in there. There's a number of subdivisions, some that have grown, Cinco Ranch and New Territory, others that have just come into play. Fort Bend County's out there building new overpasses today. Not every overpass was built. This happens to be Cinco Ranch in 1994. You'll notice that lots of area just pastured. They're off to the south of the interchange there. Today, it looks dramatically different. There's been a lot of growth that's occurred in that corridor, in large part because of the improved transportation opportunities. Folks can get back and forth to their jobs. They work in Sugar Land, live in Katy. They live in Katy and go into the energy corridor. There's been a lot of stuff happening. Fort Bend County participated strongly in this, paying about $2 million to help facilitate the engineering that was done there, as well as soliciting local property owners to donate right-of-way. They're out there today building the overpasses that were missing. Ultimately, they'll all look like the pieces up in Cinco Ranch. You'll continue to have free access along the feeder roads there, just the main lanes, the new toll lanes will be tolled. What's happened in Fort Bend County and what we hope will happen, we anticipate will happen, not hope, anticipate will happen elsewhere in the metropolitan area. I-10 to 290, 290 to 249. The growth in 1994, as Robin told y'all, I lived in Sugar Land in 1991. I was one of these $350 million in assessed value along that 20-mile corridor. By 94, that was up to about $600 million in assessed value. In 2011, we're almost at $10 billion in assessed value in the corridor. So there's been a 15-fold increase in at least according to this slide, the 17 years of new homes, new businesses, commercial development, and all that goes in there to support all the homes and the growth that has taken place in there. Unfortunately, I can't say that specific properties have gone up 15-fold in value. I'd be a happy man right now. But at least the county as a whole has continued to grow with the introduction of Grand Parkway being open, and we'll continue to see that. We anticipate we'll see that on the north side here. This is a historical slide, and if I were a stockbroker, I'd have to say, but past results are no indication of future endeavors. Segment E from I-10 to 290. We're looking at Party on the Parkway, December 14th of this year. Anybody who wants to go out and do the little fun run up the highway before it gets open, I can get you all a link. I'll need to put that link on my website. You can go out there and run up the Parkway and run back. There'll be a concert afterwards. All that's going to support a local charity that approached the highway department about trying to put on an event there. So that'll be open. I have a lot of friends down in Sugar Land that have been bugging me, like, oh, I can get more easily if it's open before Christmas, up during the holidays to run up to visit my family out in the country or wherever they're going. They're going to be really happy next year to go to A&M football games because they won't have to drive in 59 up the Beltway, then out 290. They can take the Grand Parkway straight up there so they can get to Aggie Land. What we have here, this is an aerial view of the I-10 and Grand Parkway looking south. This is the new piece of the Parkway from I-10 coming to the lower left of the photo. This is the Bridgelands area. You'll note, just like Cinco Ranch, this road is going out across the prairie right here. Bridgelands, it's got 10,000 acres. They've got a few thousand acres over by Fry Road to the east already developed, and they are anticipating that this will allow them to further that development because they'll have an added points of access. There's 3 interchanges through their property that will allow people to get on and off so that they can continue to expand their development. Interchange in 290, if you've been out 290 to go to the Outlet Mall, we're just past the Outlet Mall. All that construction you see on 290 is part of the Grand Parkway. Then that ties into the next piece, F1, F2, and G. That was awarded by contractor Zachary Odebrecht. They are active in construction now. As I mentioned already, 59 at Community Drive, 45 just south of the Hardy Toll Road, near the new Exxon facility that's going in over there. They haven't started anything at 249 yet. They have started additional work at 290 so they can go further north. They have a very aggressive schedule, December 20 or late 2015. They're going to be open 2 years from now. You'll be able to drive 59 to 290. This coming December, I'll be able to drive 290 on down to 59. So 2 years from now, you'll be able to do 59 to 59 without going through a stoplight. That's going to be exciting. If I need to come up here to go to a meeting, I just hop on the Grand Parkway, come all the way around, or if I'm going out to Conroe or somewhere like that, it will certainly provide me another alternative between going through Houston. I get asked a lot of times, where's that new Exxon facility going in? It's right at the corner of 45, the Grand Parkway, and the Hardy Toll Road. They all come together there just south of Spring Creek. If you've driven north and south on 45, let's say you're a passenger in a car because you're not taking your eyes off the road while you're driving. But you look off to the west, you'll see a whole forest of cranes up there. That's where the Exxon facility is going in. People have suggested that, oh, you're just building this for Exxon, it's a developer's dream that you're going to build a road. Well, the road's been planned for a long time. We started the studies on these 3 segments, actually 4 segments, including E, in 1999. Some of you may have come to our public meetings we had over here at Kingwood College back in November of '99 and in early 2000 to present alternatives, to ask your opinion. Now, if you were going to build a new road from 45 to 59, where would you run that road? How would you get it through there? We got solicited the opinions of folks living out here, and this is what we came up with. But anyway, Exxon was just smart enough to say, you know, we want to put a campus. They're deciding to build a campus. They're going to have 12,000 plus employees on that campus. They're going to have vendors that show up to that campus. So they need to get a lot of people in and out. They needed good access. They identified this location. They talked to TechStop. They said, yeah, we're planning on building it. So Exxon said, fine, we'll build our facility there. Yes, it's going to be a benefit to TechStop. Normally, you would start on a new road, whether it's a free road or a toll road. People don't know about it to start with. Traffic starts low and then ramps up. For TechStop then, if they've got all these employees already out there on opening day, the traffic level is going to be higher initially, and they'll collect more tolls early on in the project, allow them to pay off the project more quickly, just like our opportunities to pay off our home more quickly if we have the revenue to pay it off early. This is some pictures going north of 290 where Exxon or the Fairfield development set aside a strip of land for the highway. Same thing as Glenlock Farms were being built. They set aside a strip of land going through here. This is aerial view of the Exxon facility. It's about a half a mile north of where the highway is. And then going up Raleigh Puzzle, again, developers, this is in Montgomery County, set aside the strip of land along Raleigh Puzzle to allow for it to be developed. I mentioned Zachary Odebrecht. They're building it. There was a groundbreaking in July 23rd. Some of you all may have attended. It was a beautiful day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 105 degrees out. And hence, all of our dignitaries, as they stood in line with the shovel, shed their jackets and their ties to get out there and do their little deal with the shovel. Zachary's got a daunting task. 2 years from now, we expect it to be open. That's 38 new miles of road. How long did it take TechStop to widen 59 out here? 2 years to build 38 miles of road is a very rapid schedule. One good thing, it's on new location. Unlike when you're widening an existing road and you can only pour 1 lane of concrete for 1,000 feet, they can clear off several miles of right of way and then set their paving machines and go out there and pave miles the whole width without having to worry about traffic zipping by at 60 miles an hour right next to them. So that will allow them to accelerate their schedule. There is, if I remember their stats, they're going to build 120 bridges. The area of those bridges will equal about 90 football fields. They've got to move 10 million cubic yards of dirt, enough to fill 4,000 swimming pools. And there will be 110 million pounds of steel included in the road. That's the rebar, the bridges, and everything else. That would have been enough to build 44,000 cars. Those that want information on this, www.grandparkway99.com is the Zachary website. That will get you updates. It'll get you text alerts. If they're going to shut down 59 like they did up here for Community Drive, you get a little beep on your phone that over the weekend Community Drive is going to be shut down. Very useful if you're getting that information as you go around the metropolitan area. Recommend this whether you live in Kingwood or live over in Spring or Tomball or Cypress. That way you can keep up to date on what's going on at 45 or 59 or 290 and 249 and other streets there. They also have an 800 number. Feel free to go on there, contact them if you have any ideas or suggestions on how they can do something better. Project benefits. Folks have been bringing this up and reminding me, asking me questions as well as project costs. It is going to be a toll road. The Grand Parkway will be a toll road. It's going to be owned and operated by TechStop. Not this, the idea at one point in time was that they would bid it out and, oh my gosh, the Chinese might buy the road and they'd build it on a 50-year lease for TechStop and they could operate it, and if they wanted to charge $10 a mile to drive on it, they could do that. It's not happening. TechStop's going to operate it. They will collect the tolls. They have an agreement with the counties that the toll rate will be the same rate as if you drive the Beltway going around, average it out by the number of miles. Currently, that's about 18 cents a mile that you pay for tolls going around the Beltway on a per mile basis. It's going to be the same thing on the Grand Parkway. Now, further out, I-10 to 290, you pay, it's only 7 miles. I-10 to 290 on the Grand Parkway is 15 miles, so you're going to pay a little bit more. I've got the toll rates there. I looked that up this morning. I-10 to 290 is going to charge you $278 when it opens, 290 to 249, 213, 249 to 45 North, 213, and it's going to be 260 between 45 North and 59 North. I usually get questions about, well, how much am I going to have to pay? So $2.60 to go from 45 to 59 and not go through a stoplight. One of the big benefits that we're going to have there is travel time savings. Right now we're over in Kingwood. If you've got any of you work for Exxon, you have family members or friends and neighbors that work for Exxon and they're going to get relocated after that new site, they could choose to drive, I guess today if you were going to that site, you'd go down 59 to 1960 over to 45 North to that site. Instead, when the Grand Parkway is open, you can go north to where Community Drive is and take the Grand Parkway straight over there. So that would save you a significant amount of distance. It adds up, well, time. 18.4 miles using 1960. How long is that going to take you? An hour. Whereas if you drive up 59, there's going to be a direct ramp flying over 59 onto the Grand Parkway. Never go through a light there. All the way over to 45 North, it's 19.3 miles, and given that you'll have a 65 mile an hour speed limit, some people fly lower than that, you'll be able to get over to 45 then in 19 or 20 minutes instead of the hour that it suggests it might take you going along 1960. Similarly, if you're going to the Promised Land over at A&M, you could have the route. The Grand Parkway is 43 miles over to 290, whereas if you drop down and take 1960, it's 38 miles and a lot of time. Or if you go down to the Beltway 8, it's 44 miles going down to Beltway 8. You still pay tolls when you're on Beltway 8. So you'll have a choice if you're going to visit your kids or go to the football game or whatever. You'd have an easier route over to 290. And likewise, going to I-10, you have more distance going down to I-10. It's 58 miles from Kingwood up to the Grand Parkway and around to I-10 versus going into town or taking the Beltway around that are both a little more than 47 miles. But then again, you always run that risk as you're going out towards San Antonio. If you go down to I-10, you never know what's happening on I-10 or on 59 as you're going through town. So that's what's going on those pieces of the Grand Parkway and what you're going to pay as you use it and what benefits that you can receive. Grand Parkway isn't stopping at 59. They're still looking. We're going to build the other piece down in Baytown. We have the pieces out on the northeast side of town that will go from 59 to 90 over near Dayton and on down to I-10 at Mont Bellevue. Those pieces are currently, we're doing environmental studies on those. Those studies should be complete in March. TxDOT is looking at soliciting proposals similar to what they did for the piece that Zachary just got and asking folks to come forward with bid design build proposals. They may have to consider in that area for financing purposes doing one of those comprehensive development agreements where an entity builds it and they get to operate it and collect the tolls instead of TxDOT, but they get a 50-year window. If TxDOT does it on bonds, they sell 30 years worth of bonds. They only have 30 years to pay it back. Those comprehensive development agreements allow 50-year payback. They would still have to follow the same Harris County toll rate structure and escalation policies. Harris County put that in place. TxDOT agreed to it as part of TxDOT taking over the Grand Parkway and building it instead of Harris County or Liberty County or Montgomery County or somebody's local toll authority. But that stipulates that they can either raise the tolls 2% a year or the CPI, whichever is greater. Harris County is doing that already. TxDOT is going to follow that same policy. And if they went with an outside person operating the toll, they would have to follow that same policy. So they could not look at what they could get away with charging. They have to follow what TxDOT's charging. On down south, much longer out in the horizon on getting built from Sugar Land at 59 around to 288 across the Pleasant River floodplain and on over into Galveston County at 45 and on over to 146. Down there in the floodplain down central Brazoria County, there's not the growth and the demand that there is up here on the north side of town or the west side of town. Financing that part is going to be very difficult. TxDOT's going to have to continue to evaluate what their opportunities are down there. Maybe they only build 2 lanes instead of 4 lanes. That would reduce your initial cost. Maybe they try to get federal monies designated for hurricane evacuation routes so that they can get the road built, because toll revenue pays for your standard, you and I using the road every day, but if you need to have a route there for emergency purposes like hurricane evacuation, you need to find another opportunity to fund that. With that, I'll take any questions and then get on with the rest of the program. Yes, ma'am.
Will the toll system be easy tag?
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. That was on my side. Yes. You can use an easy tag. TxDOT's got their own tag called a Tex Tag, or you can use the Dallas North Tollway's toll tag that North Texas Toll Authority issues. All 3 of those can be used. They're interoperable between the 3 systems, just like you can use your easy tag in Dallas or Austin, they can use theirs here. So get whatever you like. As of today, the TxDOT Tex Tag is not charging you for the tag, and I think they're only making you put $20 in the account as your base amount, versus Hector is charging you $15 per tag, and you have to have a $40 minimum in your account. So the Tex Tag might be a better alternative for less frequent users of the road. Yes, sir.
Do you mind telling me one more time, the segment between 45 and 59 will be completed when?
The segment between 45 and 59 is what we call segment G, and it will be completed in late 2015. Along with all 3 of those segments, from 290 to 249 to 45 to 59, are being done simultaneously and are planned to open simultaneously.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
An estimate on H.
Please.
An estimate on H.
Right now, the target is to go out for proposals in 2016 and 2014, sign a contract in 15, start construction in 16, open to traffic late 2019 or sometime in 2020. Is your question okay? All right. If no more questions, we'll turn the mic back up. Just one more.
That segment H, do you have the proposed route already mapped out? Is that somewhere on a website that we can see?
If you go to my website, which is www.grandpky.com, second paragraph down in the website, it says something about to view this the route in Google Maps. Click on here. Click there. It pulls up a Google Maps with the entire route of the Grand Parkway overlaid in Google Maps. You can zoom in as close as you need, or zoom out and see the whole thing. And that'll show you where overpasses are, where the ramps are, where the frontage roads are, the main lanes are, and everything else. Okay, thank you all very much, and we'll get on with the show.
Let's go. Everybody! Before we go any further, we got a little something for you here. This is kind of an Academy Award tonight for being such an outstanding keynote speaker, Mr. Gronat. Here, of course, at the Lake Houston Chamber of Commerce, we'd like to present you with this little token of our Best Keynote Speaker Award. So congratulations, and very good help. Everybody, let's go ahead. Yes, very nice, very nice. Alrighty. Now, each year, the Chamber holds a total resource campaign, right? Now, during this 6-week campaign, 4 teams sell sponsorships for the upcoming year, right on, as well as Chamber memberships. Now, in a short 6 weeks, these volunteers sell sponsorships for every Chamber program and event for the upcoming year, right on? Now, this campaign is the one campaign each year where the members get to sell sponsorships to their members. You usually don't get to do that sort of thing, right? It's kind of a new thing for you, but it's a very big and important thing. It brings you in more efficient programs and events and businesses for the community when you do this, but it also gives businesses an opportunity to choose which sponsorship aligns with their marketing goals. Yes, helping them better plan for the upcoming year. And now, I'd like to have Joey back on stage at this time, Mr. Lewis Smith over here, to deliver a very important message from some of our outstanding committee leaders. Mr. Smith, everybody. There we go.
All right, to do this type of a campaign takes great leadership, and this year we were fortunate to have two strong community leaders lead the event, Sam Strait of Digital Network Associates and Melinda Stevenson, CEO of Kingwood Medical Center, as the 2013 co-producers. Neither one of them could be here today. You have to really give them a rough time about that. But we did get a letter from them that they wanted me to read to you. So here we go. Dear Chamber friends, on behalf of Melinda Stevenson and I, we would like to congratulate everyone on another successful Total Resource campaign. The TRC is a win-win for everyone involved, from the sponsorships generated to fund the Chamber to the hard-working teams and volunteers. This year's campaign was a blockbuster success. We got started, fast and furious, and even found animals in the house. Several men in black persevered when they encountered several million-dollar babies. I wish I could have been there to celebrate this year's success. We would like to thank the entire Chamber staff and each team director and co-director. We could not have exceeded this year's goals without you. Thanks, Sam and Melinda. And the campaign could not have been possible also with the efforts of 8 dedicated directors. So, Robin, can you tell us who these 8 dedicated directors are?
Be happy to. I'll now read off the names, of course, of the 4 teams and the 8 executives. The teams are listed in alphabetical order. Don't get your hopes up. We're getting with Animal House, Catherine Person, Lone Star College, Kingwood. Hi. And Robert Sitton, Edward Jones. Give him a hand. There we go. And next, we have Fast and Furious. That's right. J.P. Espinoza, New York Life. And Jenna Dyer, Lake Houston Family YMCA. Yeah. We have Men in Black. Right. Heat Rushing, Memorial Hermann Northeast. And Corey Turner, The Observer Newspapers. And finally, $1 Billion Babies. Tommy Chandler, Minuteman Chris, and Anita Cooper, Kingwood Promotions. Give them all a hand, everybody. There we go. We'll find out in a bit how they fared.
All right, the goal. Can anybody tell me what the goal was? 260, that's right. And our grand total is a new record of 320,150.
Wow, that's a new record. Let's give our man a hand. 318,064. Oh my God, that's an incredible amount of money. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of greenback. What's going on? Very nice, very nice. And all right, so here we go now. All right, now I just 318,064. Wow, new record. Let's give it up for that big number, everybody. And thank you for bringing it up here. Big numbers. Okay. But now these numbers are not attainable, of course, without the volunteers. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to reward our volunteers for their hard work upon this fine day. Volunteers who participated in TRC productions were able to earn chamber bucks for themselves. Top salesmen were even able to win a trip for 2 to the Riviera Maya. That's all. And of course, at this time, we would like to award our volunteers. Now, as I call out your name, please raise your hand. One of our lovely associates is going to run up and give you something here, because we got a lot of names. We're going to roll through it real quick here. A lot of names, so pay attention. Listen for your name, especially if you're first. We appreciate every one of you guys for being our volunteers. In ascending order, Michael Myers, Edward Jones, 500. Hold on. Stand on up. Don Gaddy, raise up. Stand up, please. Stand up, Don Gaddy. Edward Jones, 500. Carl Joyner, Joint Partnership, 500. If you're here, stand up. Susie Sewall, Joint Partnership, 500. There we go. Rita Sargami. There she is, Miss Sargami. Is she out here? Premier Home, 600. We're picking it up the bar now here. Scott Brady, everybody, Joiner Partnership, 650. Ooh, I heard some little dishing going on in the room. We have some dishing going on today. That's good. All right, they have the dishing going on. Oh, there it is. I can see it now. Kyle Bucket, Kingwood Park Chiropractic Associates, 700. Stand up, my man over here. There we go. Jim Carson, Coffee News, $750. Lynn Cheney, home photography, $850. Nancy Shortsleeve, logo stuff, $885. Here's Dwayne Johnson, Chick-fil-A Fall Creek, $1,000. India Law, $1,000. Melinda Stevenson, Kingwood Medical Center, $1,060. Janet Allen, Shell Federal Credit Union, $1,360. There she is. Well done. Angela Anthony, Wood Forest National Bank, $1,500. Nelson Benitez, Platinum Copier Solutions, $1,500. All right, stand up, Howard. I want to see you up here. Ginger Cross, HEB, $1,600. Woohoo! Tracy Christman, State Representative Dan Huberty, $1,650. Woo! Cheryl Howell, Chase Bank, $1,660. Yeah. Taylor Webb, Newland Communities, $2,140. Brent Colescott, Waste Management, $2,250. We got him here anywhere? We're going to be working on here. That's all right. We get it out. Chris Black, Artistic Stitches, $2,875. Anywhere? Big numbers. How about this one? I know this one's got to be here. Jenna Dayer. Jenna Dayer here. We got Jenna Dayer here. No! Let's get the family YMCA. $3,000! Woo! That's right, of course, Jamie Smith. There we go. We got one in the house. Citizens Bank. $3,660. All right. Ashley Sundstrom. Ashley Sundstrom, Ferguson Enterprises, $3,850. What about Brooke Martin, Kingwood Pines? There you go. Brooke Martin, Kingwood Pines, $3,720. How about Gabe Beltran? Gabe Beltran, we got Beltran up here with Skyla Engineering, $3,970. Guy Scanzo. My man Scanzo here. Humble ISC, $4,075. That's right. What about Ling Waters? Ling Waters, Waste Connections, $4,945. How about this one here? Corey Turner. Here, Corey Turner. The Observer Newspapers, $5,100. What about Judy Hayes? Yeah! Remax Awards, $6,104. Oh, yeah, we get up there now. Robert Sitton. I know Mr. Sitton's in the house. He'll be sitting. Robert Sitton, Edward Jones, $6,400. Renee Howard, Postnet Humboldt, $7,940. Was she around here? Or just giving us the numbers? She's working for selling stuff. How about this one? Janelle Thomas Hiola, Texan Buick DMC Dodge, $8,050. $8,050 there. What about Catherine Person? Catherine Person, not here. That's okay. Lone Star College Kingwood, $82.45. How about Amanda Burka? Amanda Burka. There she is. Visibly connected, obviously, with $10,065. Yeah. Now we got Audrey McAlpine, Berkeley Eye Center, $10,985. Laurie Hyatt. Laurie Hyatt, yes, Xfinity, $12,140. Harry Vaughn with Walgreens, walked up $12,795. Yeah, right on. How about Corin Price? Corin Price, there we go. Cindy Corinne, right there, Cindy Corinne working there. Insperity, she got $13,100. Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah, two more. Sharon Benz, we got Sharon Benz in the house. Yeah, Sharon Benz, Home Washington National Insurance Company, $13,575. Woohoo! And finally, that's the number one spot, Anita Cooper. Kingwood Promotion, $16,125. Give them all a big hand, everybody. Yes, indeed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the recognition of the top producers. And now we're going to recognize the top producers of TRC Productions 2013. Please, come forward to be recognized as I call your name. All right? Number 5, in 5th place, with $16,850. $820. Big cherry apple moving. That's right. Come on up here. Come on up. Come on up. Well done. Well done. Excellently done. Now we're going to stand them all up there. That's right. And next up, in the number 4 position, with $24,060, Kevin Scoggin. Kevin Scoggin, Kingwood Medical Center. We got Kevin here. All right, Kevin's right here. Number 3, with $26,540, Heath Rushing. Heath Rushing, Memorial Garden Northeast for $26,540. Woo! Now, number 2, with $26,840, Connie Chandler. Connie Chandler! And that precious humble! Yes! And number 1 spot, top producer, drum roll please on the left, with $31,170, Tom Broad, Memorial Harvey Northeast. Come on up, everybody, recognize. Let's give our hand to all of our top producers. It's a great photo opportunity right here. Come on up, big man. I was just giving it back. You're a giver, sir. You're a giver. Let's get about here. Let's get you all lined up together here. All right, okay. Good game, good game, good game. Well done. Excellent, excellent. All right, now look at the camera and pretend you're having fun. All right. Oh, you're having fun. Okay, well, here we go. Oh, wait. What about me? Oh, oh, oh! That's it. That was it. Yes, yes. Yeah, but they won't push you to the side. That's all right. There, give them a hand one more time, everybody. Well done. Congratulations. Lot of dinero. Lot of greenback. Well done. Wow, wow. Keeping the chamber alive. All right, now. The moment we've all been waiting for, the recognition of the top team. Now, the announcement of the top team is highly anticipated, and as I call each team, I would like each team to please come forward and be recognized upon the stage as you're announced. Are you ready? Are the teams ready? I said, are you ready? Yeah! Very good. Beginning in position number 4 with $49,635 and living up to their reputation. Animal House! Come on up, Animal House! Here we are! Well done, right on, looking back here. Well done here. Animal House, welcome you up here. Excellent. Well done, sir. Well done. In the number 3 position, with $62,570 worth of sales, we have Fast and Furious! Fast and Furious! We're going to bring them all up here one time. Come on up, Fast and Furious. We'll line them all up here. There we go. Well done, well done. Oh, yes, yes. We've got a suite up there. We have 2 rows, too. We have 2 levels. Plenty of general seating. Yes. And now, the second place position. You guys are getting up to big numbers now. Here we go. Sitting in second place with $85,460. Men in Black. Men in Black. There we go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is time to introduce our number 1 team. Setting a new record with $117,399. That's right. Let's give it up for $1 million, baby. $117,399. Let's give it up for more countries, everybody. Here we go. Excellent, excellent. Well done here. Okay, slow down. Come on, keep on the phone. Very good. Excellent, excellent. Now squeeze together. Protect your sardines. Excellent. Catch to the camera. Catch to you. All right. Good, good. I don't get it. Actually did it! Congratulations! Have a seat, everybody! Thank you very much! Well done! Woo-hoo! Yes! Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well done. Incredible top producers, volunteers. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much. Well, I'll tell you what, That just about does it for me. Now, for those of you whose teams didn't make it, just remember in 2 days tomorrow will be yesterday. Sometimes you're the statue and sometimes you're the pigeon, okay? That's right. Oh, and one last funny comment, little last words of advice, everybody, words of advice. If you're ever having an argument with an idiot, just make sure the other person isn't doing the same thing. that happened to me twice last week. Oh, that would be me. Sorry, my brother. Right on, right on. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Check it out. We guys have been awesome. I'll tell you what, we got a lot of brains in this room and a lot of success. Appreciate it. Thank you for all who participated. And big thanks, of course, to our presenting sponsor, Community Resource Credit Union. Yeah! And of course, the Kingwood Country Club. Thank you for sponsoring our luncheon. But without that, it would not be possible. I guess we'll see you next month on the third Tuesday. Till then, I'm Robin Williams, impersonator and tribute artist David Moore. We'll see you on the other side, everybody. So long! Woo-hoo! Now you!